I'm Teacher Prix, and I want to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English in 2018. I am so excited to be here. It's a new year. I have so many plans. I have so many ideas of things I want to do here in my channel, and you are part of this. With the beginning of a new year, it's interesting to make plans. I believe most people like to make plans in the beginning of a new year because it's exciting, it's motivating. We feel like our batteries have been recharged. However, I am here to give you some ideas of what you can do to speak English faster in 2018. And let me tell you one thing, it has a lot to do with what you did last year in 2017. Unlike different videos I have posted on this channel, I'm going to ask you some questions that will help you understand how you can learn English faster, what you can do to learn English faster. So let's get down to business. The first thing you need to ask yourself is, what worked in 2017? What do I mean by that? What kind of activities did you do? What kind of lessons did you study? What kind of exercises did you do? What kind of videos did you watch that you feel that helped you improve your English level last year? So it's very important to analyze what kind of activities you did that were successful because you have to keep doing them this year. Okay, so start with things that worked for you in 2017. I know that many of you watch many different kinds of videos from different channels. I also know that many of you like to listen to podcasts. I know that many of you may take English courses online or with your private teachers. It's really relevant at the beginning of the year to think about the activities that you had been doing that you felt were effective. Because the second thing I'm going to tell you that you need to ask yourself is, what didn't work? These two things are connected because you need to know what worked and what didn't work, all right? And now you have a good period of time to analyze whether you were successful or not as successful as you wanted to. I know it may seem difficult to understand what exactly didn't work, but let me give you some ideas of how you can discover what things didn't work for you, okay? All the videos that you watched and you didn't feel like the ideas were clear. So the ideas were not clear. This video probably wasn't very helpful for you. Or maybe a book. Maybe you were using a book and you didn't feel like this book was helping you move forward. So this is another material that you have to let go. Or maybe this podcast didn't help you improve your listening skills. How do you know your listening skills are not better? Because you can't understand the different kinds of audio materials. Okay? That's why I always say that balance is key. The more different activities you do, the better it'll be for your English. So listening to podcasts is a wonderful activity. However, there are more things you need to do if you want to develop your listening skills. That's why you need to do a variety of exercises, not focus all your energy and time on one activity alone. So that's how you know something didn't work. Even on my channel, maybe you liked a specific playlist, but you were not so happy with another one. So what kinds of activities worked for you, but what kinds of activities didn't work for you either? So you need to analyze that. And why do you need to do that? Because it's the beginning of another year. We need to know how to manage our time, okay? And to manage our time, I believe the best way to do it is by managing the activities you do. So don't persist on activities that are not bringing you results. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to stop something you started right away. No, I'm talking about things that you had been doing last year, okay, that you did for a long period of time that didn't help you improve. Okay, so this is very personal. And does that work? Yes, I do that to myself every year. Every year I sit down and I try to think of activities that worked and activities that didn't work, exercises, routine, schedule, everything that is connected to learning and improving English are on the table. Okay, so I analyze everything. And last week I did it. Okay, no, last week? No, this week. I think on Monday? Yes, on Monday. So today is January 3rd. So on Monday was January 1st. So that's when I sat down and I started planning my study routine for 2018. And I realized that I had been spending too much time doing specific activities when I should have focused on different kinds of activities. So this year, at least this semester, I changed the frequency of some activities, and I am going to start testing this new routine. And not just the routine, but the exercises as well. Now that you know what worked and what didn't work, it's time to make a plan. The best time of the year to make a plan is now, okay? Today is the best day of your life. Today is the day when you can make a difference. Today is the day when you can start something new, when you can start changing your life. This will be a wonderful opportunity for you to plan your year, but not like your projects, work projects. No, I'm talking about English. So it's time to sit down and make a plan of what kind of activities you want to do in 2018. And maybe come up with a schedule and respect the schedule. I always talk about that, the importance of discipline. So plan your routine. How often are you going to study? What days? Okay, when are you going to study English? What kind of materials are you going to use? Are you going to use my beginner's guide? Are you going to use my second beginner's guide? I'm making the video, stay tuned. So it's time to focus. So what kind of speaking activities are you going to do? What kind of listening activities are you going to do? What kind of vocabulary activities are you going to do? So these are all things you need to plan. So on Monday, I planned my listening activities, my pronunciation activities, my intonation activities, writing activities, and I stopped at grammar. I couldn't finish grammar, but I might get down to it by the end of this week because I know that it's really important that I do that and that I follow. So it's not just a plan, a beautiful plan. Today, I started putting my plan into action. I spent an hour studying intonation, rhythm, pronunciation, because it's part of my plan. So come up with your plan and respect it, okay? It's very important that you make the plan, but you also need to stick to it. Now, that doesn't mean that after 3 months or 2 months or a week or two, you review the plan. If something changed in your life, it's important that you change the plan. And I realized that last year, I didn't review my plan as often as I should have. And this is important because life changes all the time. Today, you're working at a specific company. Tomorrow, you may be starting something new. So you need to review your plan, maybe not every day, but define the frequency you should review your plan. I think this is a very personal thing to consider. The last thing I wanted to tell you and help you think about it and analyze and give some thoughts to it is plan your budget. You know, we plan our budget to pretty much everything. How much we're going to spend on school, work, gas for the car, insurance, health insurance, the car insurance. But many people fail to plan the budget for the English language. Okay? And this is really, really important. I had to plan my budget for this year because I also make investments. I'm a teacher, but I'm also investing in my knowledge because I want to become a better speaker, a more confident speaker, just like you. So I had to sit down and plan a little bit of my budget. How much can I spend? Maybe this semester, maybe for the next 3 months. How much can you invest in English? And when I say how much can you invest is how much time and how much money. More specifically in this last point, the money. How much money you can invest. What is your budget? And while watching videos on YouTube is very effective, at some point you need to consider making some investments in your future. And English, if English is part of your life, it's definitely part of your present and your future. Now, I'm not saying that you should go and do crazy things and invest all your money you don't have. No, that's why it's called planning, okay? Because when you start to plan, you start to come up with ideas to get that money. That's what I always do. That's why I like to plan the budget, because that will give me the motivation to make this happen, to get that money. Now, another thing that is very important when it comes to budget, be very careful with the choices you make, all right? Today, The internet is flooded with opportunities of English courses, of online courses, of private teachers. I am a private teacher, so there are so many different options. One thing that gets my attention every time is you have very cheap options and you have very expensive options and you have like the in-between. So you need to analyze that as well. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's good. Just because it is expensive doesn't mean it's good either. Okay? So you need to analyze and do some digging. Check the background of this course you're going to take. The internet is there. You have to do your research. You have to do your homework before you make a decision. All right, so this is very, very important. Now, let's suppose, Priscilla, you don't have money to invest. And this is a reality for millions of people, and I get it, it's expensive. When I say make a budget, it can be something very simple, from a lecture on the internet, a 1 hour, 2 hour lecture, or maybe buying a book, okay, buying a specific book. Find things you can invest in that are not as expensive as maybe private classes or maybe an online English class. And that way you will be investing your time and your money wisely. Now, one final tip that is in connection with this final question about how much you're planning to invest is when you invest in a course, either if it's free, okay, sometimes you found something that is free, be very careful with the methodology, okay? Now, if you follow my videos here on YouTube, you know that I'm always emphasizing, I'm always stressing the importance of learning English in English, not translating every single time, and the importance of balancing all these skills: speaking, listening, writing, vocabulary, grammar. I believe that by combining all these activities, you will achieve better results. So this is a very, very important recommendation. I'm always buying short-term courses, online courses to help me improve my English, and I am always taking that into consideration, and so should you. Think about the things I said in this video, about thinking about the things that worked for you in 2017, the things that didn't work, about the importance of making plans, and the importance of planning your budget. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. There are many things you can get that are not as expensive. Maybe an app online that costs us $5. Maybe this app has like intonation and pronunciation tips that you found on other places for free, but not as complete as the app. So do more digging of things that you can afford for less money, okay? But all in all, I think that by organizing these 4 items I told you, will help you learn English faster, because you're going to learn from the success you had in 2017 as well as the mistakes you made. And this is good, and this is the perfect time. January 2018. That's it, guys. And I hope to keep helping you. As I said, there will be many videos for you guys, and hopefully I'll be able to help you even more in 2018. If you liked this video and if you found it useful, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends on your social media. I believe there are many people out there that need to receive this message. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.